Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered how big the universe is? Imagine just for a moment that our whole planet vanished. Would the universe notice? The answer is probably not. The universe is so huge, so vast, and so full of stars and planets that Earth is almost like a tiny grain of sand lost on a giant beach. When scientists look out into space, they see countless galaxies, each holding billions of stars. Earth is only one small planet, circling one average star in just one galaxy. This might sound scary or strange, but it also shows us how big the universe is and how much there is to explore and learn. We often feel important in our daily lives. Our problems can seem like the whole world, but in the grand scale of the universe, we are much, much smaller than we think. That does not mean we are not special. In fact, our smallness makes what we do even more amazing. So let's take a journey together from the size of a single person out to the size of the universe itself. Step by step, we will see just how small we really are and why that is so incredible. Let's start with something familiar. You. The average human is about as tall as a door. Stretch out your arms and you are about 2 meters across. That's not very big, especially when you think about the world around you. If you look around your home or school, you might feel big, but compared to the planet, you are tiny. Now think about all the people on Earth, almost 8 billion of us. That sounds like a huge number, but if you put every person on the planet together, we would not take up much space at all. In fact, scientists say that all humans could stand close together and fit in a space about the size of a large city. Even the tallest buildings are small when compared to mountains or oceans, and both of those are tiny next to the whole Earth. This shows that even though we feel big in our own lives, we are only a small part of our planet. So let's zoom out. From one person to all people to the whole Earth. Just how small are we, really? Now, let's look at the size of Earth. The planet is about 12,742 kilometers across. That means you could line up more than 6 million people, head to toe, before you reached all the way around Earth's middle. If you tried to walk around the world, it would take years. All humans, even standing shoulder to shoulder, would barely cover a tiny part of the planet's surface. Most of Earth is covered by water, with huge deserts, forests, and icy poles. If you were to look at a photo of Earth from space, you would not see people at all. We are just too small. It's amazing to think that everything we know, our cities, roads, and homes, fit on a planet that is only a small dot in the universe. Earth is huge to us, but compared to what's out there, it's just the beginning. So, if Earth already feels big, what happens when we compare it to other things in space, like our closest neighbor, the Moon? Earth has a close friend in space, the Moon. The Moon orbits around Earth every month. When you look up at night, you can see its bright face shining down. But how do their sizes compare? Earth is much bigger than the Moon. In fact, you could fit about 4 moons across the width of Earth. The Moon is only about 1/4 the size of our planet. If Earth was a big basketball, the Moon would be like a tennis ball beside it. Even though the Moon seems close, it's about 384,000 kilometers away from us. That's 10 times the distance around our planet. If you traveled to the Moon in a car, it would take over 5 months of driving without stopping to get there. The Moon may seem big and bright in the night sky, but compared to Earth, it's much smaller. And both are tiny when we look at the biggest thing in our solar system, the Sun. The Sun is the center of our solar system. It looks small in the sky, but that's only because it is so far away. In reality, the Sun is a giant ball of hot gas. You could fit about 109 Earths side by side across the Sun's face. And if you wanted to fill the whole Sun with Earths, you would need more than 1 million Earths. The Sun gives us light, warmth, and energy. Without it, there would be no life on our planet. But compared to the Sun, Earth is just a tiny marble. Imagine holding a grape next to a big, round beach ball. That's how Earth and the Sun compare in size. Even though the Sun is huge to us, it's only a medium-sized star. There are actually many stars much larger than our Sun out there in space. When you see the Sun shining, just remember how much bigger it is than our world, and how small we are in the solar system. Some stars in the universe are much, much bigger than the Sun. Take Betelgeuse, for example. It is a red giant star in the constellation Orion. Betelgeuse is so big, you could put over 1 billion suns inside it. If Betelgeuse replaced the Sun, it would stretch out past the orbits of Mercury, Venus, Earth, and even Mars. There are even bigger stars, like VY Canis Majoris. This star is one of the largest found so far. It is so big that you could fit nearly 2,000 suns across its surface. If the Sun is a pea, VY Canis Majoris is like a giant football stadium. When we look at these giant stars, our Sun seems small and our Earth even smaller. We are living on a tiny planet, orbiting a small star in a huge sea of stars and galaxies. But the story doesn't end there. Our Sun is just one among billions in our galaxy. The Sun is part of a family of stars called the Milky Way. This galaxy is shaped like a big flat disk. It stretches for about 100,000 light years across. That means if you could travel as fast as light, it would still take you 100,000 years to cross from one side to the other. Inside the Milky Way, there are over 100 billion stars. Imagine counting to 1 billion. If you counted one star every second, it would take you more than 30 years without stopping to count them all. Our Sun is just one ordinary star in this giant collection. Most of the stars in the Milky Way have their own planets too. Some may have life, just like Earth, but we do not know yet. Our whole solar system is like a tiny grain of sand inside this giant star city. And yet, even the Milky Way is only one galaxy among billions more in the universe. If you look even farther out, you will see that the Milky Way is just one galaxy in the universe. Scientists think there are at least 2 trillion galaxies out there. Each galaxy has its own billions, or even trillions of stars. Just imagine, for every grain of sand on every beach in the world, there are even more stars in the universe. Each galaxy spins and moves through space, full of stars, planets, gas, and dust. Most galaxies are so far away, their light takes millions or even billions of years to reach us. Our whole solar system, our Sun, and our Earth are just a tiny part of this giant universe. If you looked at a map of the universe, you would not even see Earth. We are that small. But even though we are small, we are part of something truly amazing. So, yes, we are very small. In the grand universe, we are tinier than we can imagine, but being small does not mean we are not important. In fact, it makes what we do even more special. We are the tiny creatures who look up at the sky and ask big questions. We dream, we wonder, and we explore. People have sent robots to the moon, spacecraft to the edge of our solar system, and telescopes far out into space. We have learned a lot, but there is so much more to find. Our curiosity and imagination help us reach for the stars, even if we are small. Every big discovery starts with a small question. Every explorer began as a child, looking up at the night sky. You too are a part of this great adventure. Our size does not limit our dreams. In fact, it makes them even more powerful. So remember, you may be smaller than you think, but your dreams can be as big as the universe itself.